Here we go.
Yes, we're live.
I'm so sorry. Slight malfunction. We're all here. We're ready. Are you ready for us, though? That is the question, because we are so ready for you. We're so ready for this. So ready for this.
Oh my God, we've been ready for this forever. It feels like this has been in the works for so long now. Ladies, so sorry about the delay. Good things come to those that wait.
It was all my fault.
It's always Ali's fault when we're late.
Malfunction. We're all fine now, though.
Oh, good. Yeah, we're just going to make sure everyone can see us now live in the group. So when you're joining us live, let us know. First of all, where are you joining from? I know that we've got ladies registered for this from all around the world, which is really exciting. And also what we'd love to know is this your first time? Without being too personal.
First time inside.
Is this your first time catching us in one of our masterclasses? If it is, I think you might have picked the best one to join.
If we do say so ourselves. Well, so listen, so excited for you to be here. Shall we get cracking? Oh, look, I'm just beginning to see comments. Let's just have a look. We've got Georgia. She's in Farnham. Hello, Kimberly.
Hi, Georgia.
I think you're somewhere else. I think you're the other side of the world to us, I think. First time. Oh, Kimberly says she's first time in our world. I love first timers. I love our old timers, though. I know we've got some old timers coming in. I say old timers, we're not that old.
We're popping some Limitless CEO cherries today. I love that.
Victoria's here. Hello, gorgeous. I know she's in Amsterdam, so that's really exciting. Lindsay is coming in from Scotland.
Hi, Lindsay.
The world. That's so exciting.
Scotland. I love Scotland.
Me too. Right, I'm getting a real sweat on now because I'm so excited.
and because you've also just run up the stairs 4 times in your franticness.
3 flights of stairs 4 times up and down. Anyway, we are all good. Right, this, ladies, welcome. This is 6 figures in 6 months. In brackets. Oh, we've got, there's loads of comments. Lovely Chrissy, she's here and she's in Leicestershire. We've got Victoria Massey, she's in Guildford. Hello, lovely. How are you? Hello. How are you? Claire Beauville, oh, she's a gorgeous friend I made on a retreat earlier this month. So gorgeous. Kimberly.
Hi, Kimberly.
Nicola, she's from Swindon.
Oh, not far from me. Hi, Nicola.
Far from you, that's where my sister lives. Right, we are so ready. Everyone's saying they're ready.
We're ready.
We're so ready for you. So this is 6 figures in 6 months. Twice. We're going to do some real brief introductions for those of you. We are really conscious that while we have got some really gorgeous old friends and founding ladies here in the group, we're also really conscious that we have people here who are seeing us for the very first time. So bear with us, ladies, if you've heard this before. We're just going to do a really brief introduction. So let's go, shall we, Em?
All right, let's go.
Start with our mission and our vision and our movement. You are the lady that does that.
Thank you, you're too kind. So first of all, just a quick intro to the Limitless CEO, because CEO is perhaps not what you think it is. In our world, what we stand for is redefining what it means to be a CEO for a woman in business. So no more chief executive officers. We were highly just triggered, I suppose, by the stereotype of what a CEO was and needed to be. And so our mission is all around redefining that as a consciously evolving owner. So CEO in our world is a consciously evolving owner. And basically this means that consciously we are building businesses and lives with intention, like really, really intentionally. And you will see a lot of that here today. The evolving part is all around our continued commitment to growth, continually growing, evolving, transforming, all of those good things, which you will also do here today. So getting a great example of all of this. And then finally, the owner part is not just about being a business owner. This is about ownership of your life and your business and your decisions, like taking radical responsibility for your actions and taking ownership for creating the life that you really want. Ali, who are we here to help?
are here to help you guys. So our mission is to help as many women as we possibly can become really, really independent. That's so what we stand for, just to help independent women like ourselves create businesses that they are wildly in love with. Not that where it's such a joy and a pleasure to wake up every single day because you know that you've got an exciting day ahead. But not only that, you've got a business. What I mean by business is it is generating an income and a lifestyle that you love, that supports that lifestyle that you love. We're in business, and I'm guessing that you're all here because you want to be in business and want to make some kind of money, especially when you've come into a masterclass that's titled 6 Figures in 6 Months. So that's basically what we stand for. That is what we want to do, where we are building businesses and lives that are founded or grounded in 4 of our foundational pillars, and which are really, really important to both Em and I, around happiness, around freedom, around wealth, and around health. So important. All of those 4 key factors are really, really important to us. And we know that for some reason you've come into our world probably, and most likely because you're on those kind of wavelengths, and those kind of values are also really, really important for you too.
Okay.
So are you going to introduce yourself first? Because I always get thrown if I have to do it first.
I know you do. I was just waiting to jump in there. Not trying to make you sweat even more. So hi, those of you that are new to our world, I'm Em. So my role within our duo coaching partnership is on the strategic side. So I'm an online business strategist. I've been doing this work for about 17, 18 years now. I'm a former marketing agency director and a brand creator. So I'm here to help you to get a clear vision on where it is that your business is going, and to help you to create that strategic path, that plan, that structure, the systems, the strategy, the how-to really, in terms of how you're going to get there.
And that fits so nicely because I find it so much easier to follow you. Who am I? So who am I within the Limitless CEO brand? I am the energetics coach. I am the mind master. What I like to say to people is, if you hang around with me long enough, I'm going to make you believe that you can do absolutely anything, because I know you can. I help you work on your mindset. And for women in business, we often come into it thinking, I can't do that, or we've got limiting beliefs around what we can and what we can't do, or what our lifestyle enables us to do. I'm here to help you, as Em so eloquently calls me, shift the shit. I am the chief shit shifter. So I help you clear that path so that you can go on that path that Em has laid down for you to create that vision. Life sometimes throws stuff at us, whether it comes from our mind or from somebody else's mind that we absorb, that makes us believe that we can't do it. And I'm here to help you move through all of those roadblocks. So when they come back, because they do, when the same ones come back, you literally leapfrog, you hurdle over them, and things get quicker and quicker and quicker and quicker and quicker. So that is what I bring here to the table. I'm loving seeing all the comments. Yay. Hello, everybody, wherever you are. I'm watching.
So you're getting 2 in 1 here today. You're getting the strategy and you're getting the energetics as well. And this is how we work. We marry the 2 of these things together to just amplify the results. So Ali, I know that you were musing before we started that it's actually isn't it? And in fact, I do believe you've got a special, there we go, there they are. Here they are, the red sparkly trousers are back for their year anniversary appearance. There's a story behind these trousers, ladies, because Ali was wearing them the first day I met her. So there was something about those sparkly trousers that just set off this beautiful relationship of coaching duo that you see here today. So
primarily I got stuck on the chair because my sequins got stuck to the velvet chair, and then had to pick me off.
I've been peeling her off and sorting her out ever since, ladies. So
I've been doing that. So in honor of that, and also really just by way of a bit of a further introduction, you know, we haven't always been a duo. In fact, it's only just over a year that we did our first masterclass, which was called Wellness Business Mastery. And it was how we came in and explained how Em, when I was working with Em, because she was my business coach, how she helped me build my first coaching business to 6 figures. I was hitting the 5-figure months consistently through my coaching business, and it was incredible. And we had loved spending that first year together as a coaching partnership, with Emma's my coach and me running my coaching business. And we'd had so much fun doing it, very much in the same way as we've been talking about here, about what we both bring to the table. She created my vision and helped me create my brand. And I continued, moving all of the crap, because honestly, I launched my business with Em a month before we went into a global pandemic. So most people would have come into that going, oh my God, everything's over. We can't do what we've just said we're going to do. But we literally, I cleared my own shit out of the way, and then we carried on. Em helped me write a new path, and we went on it and we did it, and we smashed the shit out of that first year in business. So that in 2021, we came in and we said, right, let's help other women do exactly what we've done. So it was a year ago, almost to the date, that we came on with that very first masterclass, and it's literally been a wild ride since. So
and you know what's crazy is, like, now we're here sharing how we did it even faster and made that multiple as well. So kind of blowing our own minds along the way. And I joked with Ali before this session, I was like, if you're here now, put this day in your diary for next year, because next year we're going to be sharing how we hit our first million as well. We're going to come back and we're going to share all that again.
It's not going to be 6 figures, it will be 7 figures.
No, but on a serious note, I'm really humbled to be able to share this with you, because these concepts and frameworks and strategies, originally, a lot of it was just created for me in my business. I came into the online space in 2014, and it was such a whirlwind for me back then. And I needed some structure and strategy around my business. And then when Ali became a private coaching client of mine, I shared them with her, and we used them to build her business really, really quickly. And then when we came together, we used these same frameworks and strategies again for us. But obviously with the addition of Ali's magic sprinkled in there, like sparkly red trousers.
Everyone's loving the red trousers, by the way. Even Victoria is saying, I was sat in the front row. I know you were. She was sat in the front row watching the sparks fly.
Exactly. And I think the other thing that's been amazing is that now we're seeing results with our clients as well. Like, we're seeing how our clients are taking these strategies and they're seeing the same kind of success as well. And now we get to share it with you here today. So just, really happy that you're here. Like, this is a real milestone session for us today. And you're here watching it live with the red sparkly trousers.
I've teamed it with lace today. I thought that was more Limitless CEO-like. Anyway, so what are we going to share with you today, ladies? I bet you're gagging to know. We are going to share with you our strategic approach to that 5 kind of like fast level growth. It's the what we did. It's what everybody comes in and asks. And it's what I said to Em. It's like, what do I need to do?
Yeah, there's the strategic piece. Yeah. And then we're also going to share with you, like, what is it that makes somebody a 6-figure brand owner? Like, what is that attitude? Like, who we've had to be in this past year to achieve this level of success matters, because life has been happening to us while we've been growing this business. And this is the energetics. This is Ali's magic, is how do we become the women that we need to be able to hold all of that, to be able to do this whilst life's happening, whilst we're being, daughters to parents, wives to husbands, mothers to children, and just trying to create time for ourselves as well as supporting everybody in our world. So we're going to bring the strategy and the energetics. And I suppose you're probably thinking, why are we giving all of this away for free in a masterclass? So we believe there are 3 levels of coaching that create a transformation. Ali's going to talk you through the first one.
We talk you through the first one. So the first level is all about the information. We're going to give you a load of information today, and you can take that away. This isn't going to be one of those webinars when you're just going to get a few little tidbits and then we're going to invite you to buy a program that's going to give you the real value. No, that's not what we're going to be doing here today. We're going to give you loads of information today. And what we really want to happen is for you to have loads of aha moments, light bulb moments, and to go, oh my God, aha moment is when you're given some information that you didn't know before. It's something totally brand new to you. When you go, that's it, ping, and you just like have almost those comical light bulb moments. But, you know, aha moments are very, very different to a breakthrough moment, because there's a real difference. The aha is the, oh, that's something new I've got. The breakthrough is when you take that light bulb and you actually use it to break through into your next steps. This is when you use the information and you start to put it into action, when you put it into your business, when you put it into your life. Otherwise, it's just information. It's going to gather dust. It's nothing. This is when we really want to give you this information and for you to then start to integrate it into your business, because that's what you've come here for, the integration. If you really want the 6 figures, or to create a business that can do that, you've got to take the information and take the breakthrough. You've got to use it to break through that pane of glass, and then you have to walk through it. That's the breakthrough.
Yeah,
I mean, about integration, aren't you? Because that's the next level.
Yeah, so integrations, I think, like, for full transparency up front, there are ways in which you can integrate. Like I's already said, we're going to give you all of the information. And if you feel like you've heard everything that you need today, we hope that you take so much value from this so that you can go away and you can feel really confident to integrate that on your own. But we also are going to be sharing with you an opportunity, and, you know, full transparency at the beginning, we have a new program coming up. Okay, we do. It's called Freedom Coach, and it starts on the 7th of June. And this is the program that we have created to help teach you and then integrate our scalable business model for making money online. And this is what we're going to be teaching you today. So this program is if you want our support on the integration side of things. We're going to give you the information, but if you want to work with us in a more intimate capacity where we can help you to actually integrate what you're going to learn today into your business, we're going to be talking a little bit more about that on the end of this session today. So that is also an opportunity that we're going to share with you.
Yeah. So integration is doing the work. Take the information, you do the work. You can either go away and do it on your own, or we've got opportunities at the end of this where we can help you do that. The third bit that I'm so excited is when you've taken the information and you've got it in your mind, you've taken it and you've used it. So you've used your body, mind, body. And then the third piece is all about the embodiment, when it becomes part of you. When you've taken the information, you've been integrating it so well that it's become part of you, that you don't even need to think about what you're doing. It's a little bit like brushing your teeth. Somebody taught you at some point how to brush your teeth. You started doing it, and now you don't even need to think about it. Like tying your shoelaces. It's the same with everything that we do in life, like driving a car. This is the same in business. We're going to give you information. You go away, you integrate it, you practice it. And the more you practice it, the more you do it over and over and over again, it becomes an embodied part of you. So much to the point when Em and I sat down around what we're going to be teaching with you today, we're like, so what is it that we did? Because it was so ingrained in us that we were doing it so naturally that we really had to sit and think, okay, let's go back. How did we start this year? What did we do? And what did we repeat doing? Because it's so embodied, so ingrained in everything that we do and everything that we are, that we really had to think about it. Because once you know something, you cannot unknow it. Once you know a feeling, you cannot unknow that feeling. And it's about using not only those activities and using those feelings and keeping on doing them and amplifying them. And then that is when you quantum leap. And what I mean by a quantum leap is that you move almost like warp speed. So you just don't know what's happened and how it's happened. It's just you've gone from here to here without even knowing, because it's embodied in you, because it's so part of you. And that's exactly what has happened to us.
Yeah. We've just sped up our results. We just quantum leaped our own results over and over again. And I think what we want you to know is that whatever you invest in today, whether it's your time to be here now, because we know that time is probably one of our most precious resources. So you being here is an investment of your time. And or if you decide to join us for Freedom Coach at the end, this is about the integration, and the embodiment is very much for a lifetime of results. Okay, whatever you invest, you will receive a lifetime of results for that investment, whether it's your time or anything else. So we really wanted to share that with you, because if you love what you hear, you know, you take the information today, and we hope that you'll go and put this into practice. or come and work with us and we'll help you to integrate it and put you on the same success path that we've been on over these last 12 months. But either way, whatever you're going to take from today, we hope that you will just use that as a lifetime investment in yourself. You just being here is an investment in you. It's not an investment in us. We'll be here no matter what. It's an investment in you and creating, what will hopefully be your best financial year yet, because that's what we would love. We would love for all of you here to be in our shoes this time next year. That would be like the greatest success for us, is to know that we've passed that on to you.
So who's it for? When we were thinking about this, it was very, I took myself back to where I was when I first came to when I was wearing my red sparkly trousers, and I came to and I said, I need you. I've had enough of the BS that I've been telling myself. I've got a business. I'm really good at what I want to do. And now I need to make some money with it. So give it to me. Hit me with it.
Yeah, this session, it's not for the lighthearted. This is for the women that, like, that you've got what it takes. Okay, that you've got it. Whatever it is, you've got it, and you're ready to just step up, like, do the work, stop the fucking struggle, and stop waiting for the right time. Like, there is literally no better time than the time that we have now. And it's just what you decide to do with it. And the fact that you're sitting here at 2:28 p.m. on a Wednesday afternoon learning about this, like, tells me that you know that, and that you're done waiting. And, as Ali eloquently put it, done with your own bullshit. And you want to make money, and you want it now, and you want more time, and you want it now, and you want to have more choice, and you want it now, and you want peace of mind, and you want it now, and excitement, and travel, and adventure, and to be more flexible around your family, and just to have that, like, that feeling of real freedom. Yeah. So this is, I believe that we're speaking to all the right women in the room today, because if you're here, then you're hungry for it. You've got that fire in your belly.
Kimberly set her alarm for 7 a.m. So Kimberly, where are you to be here at 7 a.m.? You are the kind of woman that we're wanting. The fact that you're here watching live means that you put us in your diary and you want it. And that
West Coast time.
Is that West Coast time? I don't know.
So.
As I said, no more pissing about. That's what I came to I was like, there's no more pissing about now. I've had enough. I want the success. I want the money. I want the freedom. I want the time freedom. I want to be a success. I want to make a difference, and I want it now. Just tell me what I need to do. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I've got my notepad and pen, and I've got my trainers on, and I'll do whatever you tell me to do.
Good. Okay. Well, let's hope everyone else has got their trainers on, got their notepads and pens, because let's get into it. No more pissing about, as we've just said. So when we reflected back on our past 12 months, we identified 4 core things that we did, that without which we would not be where we are today. Okay, and this is what we want to share with you today. And if you've been in our world for a little while, you will know that we love an acronym, because it helps us to remember, like, it helps us to remember, like, our core points, but it also means that you can remember what your core takeaways were for today. So our acronym for today is FREE.
Of course.
FREE. Write it down on your page. It's FREE. And what the FREE acronym stands for then, the F, and you can jot this down, is for financial mapping. So we're going to talk to you about that. The R stands for reverse engineering your results. Let's give you time to write this down. I know you'll be furiously scribbling. The first E is for embracing your mastery in your services. And the final E is energetically matching your goal. So this is what we're going to take you through today. This is what we have done to achieve our growth. Okay, so we're going to start with financial mapping. Okay. Of course we are. Like, ladies, we're in business. We are in business. So, let's not be apologetic about wanting to make money, because we are in business to make money. And we truly believe that you cannot have complete true freedom in your life without the resources to make that happen. And in the world that we live in, that resource comes in the form of money. And I know that we're speaking to the right audience here because you're in a group called 6 Figures in 6 Months. So that tells me that you are here because you want to make more money from your business. So the first thing we need to do is fucking own that. Yeah. Just own it. Don't be apologetic about it.
Own that desire. Honestly, own it. And I know, speaking from absolute experience of this, is that, and especially as a very British woman, you know, we don't talk about money, and the desire for money is almost a little bit taboo, and we shouldn't want it. And that's one of the very biggest things that Em and I want to do as the Limitless CEO, is really redefine that women with money are a force for good. So let's do good things with it. Let's own the fact that we want to create our financial independence. We want to create our independence, and we're here to help more women do that, and do it in a beautiful way, so that there's no shame, that there's no guilting, that there's no finger pointing, there's no distaste. It's just beautiful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So before we start, ladies, I'd like you to write down your secret number. Okay. This is the number that gets you giddy, that you would love to make your income goal for the next 12 months. You know, if you were celebrating the next year in business, what does that success look like to you? What is that number? Write it down. Not what you think you can achieve. What do you truly, secretly desire?
No one ever needs to see this piece of paper, by the way. Maybe you, but it needs to be a number that's not a safe number, the giddy number. Write the really giddy number. I've just written mine down on a piece of paper. Nobody needs to see it. What is your giddy number? Kimberly says, I'm a new coach, so I still believe it's available for me. Yes, yes, it is. Embody the $1 million mindset. Absolutely that. We're going to be talking to that more, but yes, write your number down. And don't do it thinking, oh no, what if I fail? Write the number down as if you were going to get it. This goes back to the ownership piece. Own the fucking number.
Yeah. All right. So ladies, the next question then is, what are the ways in which people can currently pay you in your business? How can you currently get paid for your business? How many ways do you currently have that people can pay you in your business? And either you can write these down on your notepad, or feel free to share some of them in the comments, any ways that you have right now. And if you're a new coach like Kimberly and that's 0 ways, that's okay. Okay. We had 0 ways a little over 12 months ago when we started this new brand. So what are the ways that you have right now? And there's no right or wrong answer here. So feel free to share any of those with us.
Yeah, feel free to share your numbers. Feel free to share the ways in which people can work with you. But really what we're trying to get you to do here and understand is almost have a little bit of an aha moment. Just say, declare that number. Oh my goodness, that could be an aha moment in itself. Oh my God, I didn't actually know that that is the number that I desired. Really desired deep down.
Yeah.
And then the second aha is, oh, I've only got 1 or 2 ways in which people can pay me. Can I make that match? That number I desire? Victoria's just asking, do you mean one-to-one coaching or group coaching? Any way in which people can pay you. So for example, we have so many ways in which people can come in and give us money now. You know, it can be through our duo coaching. It can be through any one of our group programs that we run. It can be through any of our online programs. It can be individual done for you services that Em will do for you in terms of branding. It can be private coaching with me to sort your shit out. There are so many different ways. We have VIP retreats. We have VIP days. How can people pay you? Doesn't necessarily mean the mechanism. Vivian's talking about Stripe. Yes, Stripe, you've got to have Stripe in a bank account. But what are the things that people can buy from you? Because typically if you're coming into this masterclass is very much around online services and programs and coaching as opposed to tangible goods. So it's not about saying I've got a glass or I've got a crystal. This is about saying what are the ways in which people can pay and transact with you.
Although products may be one of your ways, that could be one of your groups.
Yeah.
So what are the different ways, the different types of services or products that you have available?
Oh, we've got loads of things. So we've got one-to-one Voxer. I love Voxer. Voxer
Great.
is one of my
I love
favorites. Telephone calls, one way, one-to-one, 3-month program, one-to-one group coaching, candles. Yeah, brilliant, Lindsay. One-to-one coaching. Haven't got any long-term clients yet as a new coach, but they're coming, Victoria. I know it. Yeah. So what are the things that people can buy from you?
Okay, good.
Brilliant. So Vivian, well done, brilliant. One-to-one, couples therapy, retreats, workshops, training, programs, books, products, journals. Yes!
All of it.
Fantastic. So this is so exciting. Right, so where to next? When we sat down, when Em and I decided, I was on a boat in Greece, for those of you who don't know, and Em was sat at home nursing a poorly baby and poorly herself, and we decided we're going to go all in. We're all in this together. We were giving up our 6-figure brands, our individual coaching businesses, and we were like, in it. We are in this. And we said, okay, if we're going to do this, it's going to be a 6-figure year. Little did we know.
Mm-hmm.
We were so confident in both of our individual strategies that we started from zero. So I'm just seeing some of you coming in and saying, new coaches starting from nothing. 1 year ago, we had nothing. We had zero. We had 0 followers. We started a brand new Facebook account, brand new Instagram account, brand new community. We had 0 website. Still don't have a website. No logo, no clients. We had no money in a bank. We didn't even have a bank account at that point in time. We've only just got one of those, which is not a very good thing to do. We just knew that we had nothing. And at that point in time, we had a lot of questions. So while we had nothing, we were getting a lot of questions from other people around us. What are you doing? Why have you stopped doing that when it was so successful? What do you mean that you've built a brand? Why are you letting it all go? We had loads of questions and we had nothing. And we also had an awful lot going on personally at that point in our lives. Em had a baby girl, had recently had a baby girl. She turned 2 yesterday. So when we first started, she was a real little baby. I had 2 sons just starting boarding school. We both have husbands who are very, very ambitious and very, very career orientated. I've got another property rental business, and we've both got we've got personal stuff going on. My dad's in hospital today. He's just had another operation. Thank you so much to everybody who's been asking about him. He's fine. You know, we've got so much going on everywhere. We just knew that this is what we wanted to do, and we knew that we had to get incredibly intentional and focused about what we were going to do. We had to create a business model that was going to cut through all of that crap, and it was also going to be incredibly simple to scale, because we knew that we wanted to have limitless growth. That's why we became the Limitless CEOs. There is no boxing us in. There's no sky that's the limit. We wanted to have limitless growth, limitless opportunities. We wanted to have time freedom, and we had to have incredible flexibility, because we had 2 coaches, 2 lives, 2 families, so much stuff going on. We both love travel. We both love doing lots of different things. So it had to be a very, very flexible business, but we set off with nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing.
And I hope that gives you a lot of reassurance if you are just starting out, or wherever you are right now in terms of your financial reality, is that we started from zero. Okay, from zero.
She says her heart is tingling. Mine is too, just repeating the story.
I get butterflies just talking about it, because it just reminds me of everything. But anyway, I think one of the other things that we knew as well about going into this is that we both love private coaching. Like, we both had we did a lot of private coaching in our individual businesses. That was probably like one of our core services that we offered. And we continue to love private coaching today. So we have 2-to-1 coaching together, or 1-to-1 coaching in our individual energies as well, depending on whether you want strategy or energetics, or both of them together. But we also knew that scaling with this service alone was going to be very difficult for us, because private coaching, it does have time and capacity restrictions on it. And we knew that if we wanted to try and scale to the financial level that we wanted, that private coaching would have to be very high investment, and that it would only serve a woman at a certain level of investment in terms of where she was. And that we didn't want that. We actually wanted to be able to serve women at all levels in our business. But also, likewise, we also knew that running one program or a couple of programs a few times a year wasn't going to lead us to that kind of financial reality either, because it would leave us with inconsistent income. Because what we would end up with is all these peaks during a launch and then nothing in between. And this was the business model that was taught when I first came into the industry in 2014. And you'd have all these coaches saying, you know, I've made this much this month, this month, this month. Yes, but how much have you made in between? Have you consistently had income? Have you consistently been able to pay yourself? Have you consistently been growing? So we wanted something that was going to be really stable, that we could have some predictability around our business so that we could plan for our future and around our family. And we also didn't want a business that was going to be really, really time and energy intensive for us all the time. Like, don't get me wrong, we bring a lot of energy into our business, but we, as you know, we also have lots of other things going on in our lives as well that we have to make space for. So one of the things that we did was to create a strategic framework for our business.
You did. You created the script. I'm not going to take any credit for this genius. You own that piece. You own it. You created the well-balanced business matrix.
All right, I'm owning it. So I created the well-balanced business matrix. Okay, and this was a framework that I originally designed for us that was going to help us meet our goals on two levels. So the first level that was really important was our income goal. Okay, we are a business, so we have to have income goals and we have to be meeting those for the business to work. The second level for this strategic framework was our clients' investment goals as well. So being able to offer services for our clients and meet them at wherever they are within their journey was really important to us, because our mission was to help as many women as possible, not just those that can make really high level investments. So these two things were really, really important. So in terms of the income goals then, so let's talk about your income goals. There are three types of income goals that are very important in business. The first one was recurring income. Okay, this is our steady Eddie income, like every single month that we can forecast, that we can put in the spreadsheet to keep Ali's James accountant husband happy. That this is our baseline where we say, like, this is like almost like our a minimum that we're available for. And we know that we're going to have that every single month. So that's our first income goal, is recurring. The second income goal is what we call overflow income. Okay, and this income is all about those big money months. Like, don't get me wrong, we wanted the big money months as well. This wasn't about us saying, oh, we're just going to play small and go steady Eddie all the time. We still desired those big money months and, you know, those boosts, that injection in the business.
The holiday fund, the red sparkly trouser fund. This is
the holiday funds, you know, the fun funds. You know, this is the kind of more than we know what to do with fund. So we desired that as well. So as much as we wanted stability, we also wanted to light ourselves up as well. And then the third and final income goal is passive income. Like, we knew that there were going to be times potentially in our business where we wouldn't want to be launching live, or we wouldn't want to be running live programs all the time. Maybe maybe one of us would need to take some time out of the business to be there for a family member. Like, Ali's just talked about her father's in hospital at the moment. And, you know, we were just very aware that sometimes life happens. And if one of us or both of us needed to be out of the business for some time, or maybe we just desired to take a month off and be with our family for the summer when our kids are off on holiday, we wanted to be able to do that and know that we would still have cash flow. We would still know that there was money coming into the business. So passive income became an important goal for us as well. And this is about us, like, powering up in order to lean back. And what I mean by that is that we do the work once up front, and then we get to cocktails, please, sun lounges, and just enjoy it forever. Like, you know, we don't want to be working at 1,000,000 miles an hour all the time. So
I think that's a really important thing for people just to tap into, for people to understand and really imagine, because when we come into business as entrepreneurs on our own, we sometimes feel that we can never switch off. So this almost becomes one of the most important pieces of your business so that you can take that time back, as Em says, lean back on your sun lounger and ask for the cocktails. You want to know that even if you take a step back, okay, you might not have the overflow coming in that month, in that big hit, but you know that your bare minimum is going to be coming in.
Yeah. Yeah, so important. Peace of mind, ladies, peace of mind. So those were our 3 income goals that were put into this framework. Like, we knew that we had to have those 3, or we desired to have those 3. And you're probably listening to this now going, yes, please, I'll have all 3 of the above. I'll have a cocktail, please, Ali and Em, of all of those 3 things. And the other thing that was important to us, like I've mentioned, is that we wanted to be able to work with women in our world at different levels in their business growth, and to be able to offer opportunities for people to tap in and be in our world at whatever investment level they were comfortable with at that time. So I identified, Ali's letting me own this one, 3 different client investment goals. The first one is exclusivity. So this is for the clients that are very much in that state of mind of, I want it to be all about me. Like, I'm all in, give me everything. Give me your top flight service. I want it all, and I want it to be all about me. Like, this was where Ali was when she came to me. She was like, I love your program, but I just want this to be focused all about me.
I want you to help me. You're telling me about this model. How do I apply that in my business? I'm not very good with models. Help me, please understand that, what you mean. How does that relate to me, my business, my services? I don't care what anybody else is doing. That's very selfish, but it was about me and my business, and I wanted to know and make it all about me.
Yeah. And you will have clients like this as well, ladies, that just want that exclusive service that's all about them. It's all about the top-notch, first-class luxury service. And then we also identify what we call energy boost services. So these types of services and these types of clients are those that they want our guidance, but for something very, like, a specific reason or outcome to gain momentum in a particular area for a particular time. So they're coming in for a very specific reason. They're coming in to be in our energy, to be in our direction, to take our strategies, to take our ideas and concepts, and use that to boost themselves and to help them move in a certain direction. So these are our energy boost programs that we put together.
Oh, so and explain about what some of those might mean before you.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, so examples would be good.
So if we look back over what we've done in the last year in terms of these focus programs, just so that you can get an understand and a tangibility of what that might mean, is we had programs where people wanted to work on specific parts of their business. So if they wanted to work on their brand, we created a program called Curator and the Creator. We created a program for people who were really stuck or stumped with social media. So it was all about socially savvy. How can you navigate the social media landscape and fall in love with it? We created a program where people were just wanting to know how to sell. They feel icky around sales. We wanted people to really love how you could launch your programs and services in a way that you love to do it. That was our fully booked program. So people could come in and cherry pick the pieces and the skills that they want to learn based on where they were in business. Or they could buy the whole thing. We ran the well-balanced business. We've run it 3 times now, which is our live experience on how you can build and create and run a well-balanced business. Not balanced as in work and life, but in balance for you, in what was working right in your life right now. But we also had energetic programs. So for the people who are stumped with money, who have really bad relationship with money, we had the Wealth Magnet. We had the Womanly Leader for the women who wanted to come in and really do this ownership piece. How do I take myself, me, to the next level? How do I become that limitless CEO? We had the Limitless Principle. Do you know what? We were content creating queens last year, and that is what helped us here.
Mm-hmm. And before anyone's panicking, going, oh my God, I don't have all of those programs yet. Just stay with us, because we're going to show you how we were able to be those content creation queens, because there will be lots of different areas of your work that you probably want to bring into your business, and being able to offer all of these different energy boosts is a really important part of your growth. It's not just about the exclusive private coaching services. So stay with us. We're going to talk to you about how you can figure out those programs as well. But the third client goal really for us was that entry level. So you've got the 3 E's here. You've got exclusive, you've got energy boost, and you've got entry level. So these are services for clients that just want to dip their toe in the water and see if you are for them. So we need to offer opportunities for people to experience and work with us, perhaps without some of the bigger, longer term commitments as well. So there are 3 levels that we have identified. And what I actually did with the matrix then, if you imagine you've got your 3 income goals along the top, you've got your recurring, you've got your overflow, and you've got your passive along the top. And then down the side on the y-axis, remember my maths, you've got the different types of client investments and different client goals. So you've got exclusive, you've got energy boost, and you've got entry level. And then if you imagine you've got a matrix then with lines across, and you've now got these 9 squares that make up the well-balanced business matrix.
I want to say to people, all you need to do is put your noughts and crosses grid on your page.
Yes, do that. Thank you, Ali. Do that.
The 4 lines, 2 down, 2 across. Along the top, you've got, what did Em say, recurring, overflow, and then your passive. Down one of the sides, exclusive, energy, and entry. Okay? Got it?
Okay. So when you create this matrix and you've got your income goals on the top and you've got your clients down the side, where those points meet, this is the sweet spot. Okay. These products, services, programs, what you put into those boxes, this is how we scale. This is how we meet your income goals and we meet your clients where they are. Okay, so I asked you in the beginning of this session to write down all the ways in which people can currently work with you. This is where we get to plot them into this matrix. Okay, and you might be looking at those 9 grids now thinking, oh gosh, I don't think I've got something for everything. Okay, I wrote down this morning before we started in my book here, 25 different ways in which people could pay you as a service-based business, as a coach, as a consultant, as a service-based business. There are about 25 different ways that I can think of off the top of my head in which people could pay you for your services.
I just gave quite a few, and Victoria said it's amazing how you've developed so many programs in such a short space of time. And we're going to come on and share how we did that and how we made it effortless, because you might be thinking, oh my God, that sounds like hard work.
No,
it was fun work.
It was great work. It's like one of the best bits of our business is being able to create these. Yeah. Okay, so if you're looking at this now thinking, okay, I've only got 2 or 3, then a couple of things might be happening. A, you might not be meeting your own income goals. Maybe you don't have recurring revenue that makes you feel supported and stable and have peace of mind. Maybe you don't have passive income that allows you to, take that time out without feeling like you always have to be in your business. Or maybe you have got some recurring income, but it's at a level, and what you really desire is to up that baseline so that it's a much higher baseline, but also to enjoy those peaks, those big overflow months as well, that are going to be that, that sparkly trouser fun, as we call it.
So we've got some questions. Can you do a quick sketch of the grid or go through the labels? So literally, if you've got a piece of paper in front of you, draw the noughts and crosses grid. So it's 2 down, 2 across like that. And then in the top left, is recurring at the top, along the top.
Mm-hmm. Recurring, overflow, and passive along the top. And then down the left-hand side, you've got exclusive.
In the top grid, in the top line. Mm-hmm. In the middle line
is your energy boost.
And the bottom
one is entry. Okay. So if you have only at the moment got 2 or 3 different ways in which people can work with you, A, you may not be meeting your own income goals, or you may not be offering services that meet your clients' goals in terms of where they are. So there's like there's a misalignment really between what you're trying to achieve and what your clients are willing to invest in. And when you have this matrix and you've got these sweet spots figured out, this is the difference between making, say, 2 or 3 grand a month, or between making 10 to 30 grand a month.
Yeah.
This is the difference. And this was the thing that I can honestly say is like probably the number one thing that took us to that level of growth in the last 12 months.
But you don't need to get yourself overwhelmed with trying to fill all 9 quadrants. But I think what Em's saying is, at the beginning you wrote down your programs and services, take those and pop them into your grid. So I think a lot of you said you were doing one-to-one coaching. Okay, so one-to-one coaching goes in your top left quadrant because it's recurring income, exclusive. It's top high-end level. If you're doing group coaching programs, you need to put those in kind of like the overflow, and depending on whether they're focused or whether they're top flight, you just need to work out which of your clients' needs are you matching at that point in time. Mm-hmm. If you're running them live, it could be very different to when you're running them as an evergreen. If people can just access one of your programs anytime at any point, that would be a passive income, and it could be entry or it could be. So as we said at the beginning, this is something that we will go deeper into if you want to be able to integrate this into your business in Freedom Coach. We will be taking your business, your programs, your services, and showing you how you can use this model and this matrix in your business.
Yep. I think there's 3 things, if I can leave you with 3 things that a scalable business model has, that this model has allowed, is number 1, multiple revenue streams. Okay, this is so that you get paid all year round. This is your consistent income, your cash flow. You cannot have consistent cash flow and income if you don't have multiple revenue streams. Okay. The second thing is multiple levels on which people can work with you. You know, being able to bring people into your world, into your services, and meet them where they are is really important. Because if you're only on that top flight, you've got nowhere for people to experience you, nowhere for them to grow with you and to move up with you. Okay. And the third thing is the multiple ways in which you can get paid for your work without creating more. And I know, like, some of you were saying, oh my goodness, this sounds like a lot of work. Oh my gosh, like I don't have that many things. One of the things that we were really smart about in the last 12 months is creating different ways in which we can get paid for our work without always creating something new, something more. Okay. So it's all about the multiples, multiple revenue streams, multiple levels, multiple ways equals multiple 6 figures in business. That is how we've done it. And in Freedom Coach, we will be sharing with you all of those different ways, all 25 of them that I've got written on my page, and giving you that template for the well-balanced business matrix, and helping you to actually plot your own scalable business model within that, so that you've got something you can take away and feel really confident in.
There's one question I think is worth coming into. So Victoria, lovely Victoria, who's one of our well-balanced business ladies, she's saying, is it true, do you think that you need to offer a lot of free value initially? Because that's the stage I'm at.
We offer a lot of free value in our business.
Always offered a lot of free value, but we've also had ways in which people can buy from you. I think that goes back to me. If I can say me, Victoria, coming in, and for anyone who doesn't know, Victoria is a health coach. She's got a beautiful brand called Glow. If me being me, I like to work with somebody on a one-to-one level. Some people love, Em's really, really busy, so she loves to do online programs that she can take in her own time, when she's making the supper, when she's walking Darcy. Very, very different energies, very, very different offers of how we like to interact. So you can give the free stuff so that people can experience you. But if you want to be in business, Victoria, you've got to have ways in which people can buy from you and work with you. This is where people can get stuck giving away a lot of free stuff, and then you get frustrated and resentful. You've got to have ways of people being able to buy from you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this isn't an either or situation. This is as well as. So we have so many ways in which people can tap into our work for free. We've, for those of you that are in our main group, the Limitless CEO, we're in there weekly. You know, we do free masterclasses, we do free sessions on Instagram on a Thursday. Like, we believe in giving more in value than we ever take in money. And that has served us really, really well in our business. But if we were only ever giving away for free, we wouldn't have a business. So this is about monetizing your business. What we're talking about here in terms of mapping out this model is understanding how you can start to monetize your business. Free content is amazing. That's socially savvy. If you want to know how to do free content for social media, take Socially Savvy. In Freedom Coach, we're helping you to get paid. There's no two ways about it. Like, the two very different programs, different energies behind them. Okay, great question, by the way, Victoria. So the R in free then is reverse engineer your year. Okay, how do we do this? So we knew by this, so we created our well-balanced business matrix. We knew what we wanted to create in the business. We knew the types of services that we wanted. We were confident that we had offers that were going to hit our passive, our overflow, and our reoccurring revenue goals. That was really important to us. We also desired to meet our clients where they were on their journey by offering those exclusive, those energy boosts, and those entry-level offers. So we knew all this, but now we needed to know how it was going to happen, or at least that it could happen. And one of the ways in which we did this is we created a plan for the year to engineer our goal. Okay. This was it was a plan on a spreadsheet. It was a template that we put together that included, first and foremost, I'm going to tell you this, the first thing we did was we plotted our holidays and our family events on there, because we are a family first business and we knew that whatever we were going to create would have to work around our life. We were not open to any sacrifice around that at all.
I just want to also interject here and say that Em did it on a spreadsheet. I did it on a big paper planner. You could do it in any way that you want, but we were both, I think I sat with a paper planner and then we translated it into the spreadsheet when we added numbers. But first of all, it was like looking at the year as a whole, and we put in our life. What did we say right at the beginning? We are here on a mission to help women create a business that supports a life. Life comes first. We put the life in first, and then we put everything over the top of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we also needed to allow for the fact that we were going to be working a 3.5 to 4 day working week, because of our other commitments as well, because of our family life. Okay, so we knew this. We knew that that was the level of flexibility that we were desiring. We also then started to plot in all of our different offers, so what they were going to be, so what the reoccurring offers were going to be, what the passive income revenue opportunities were going to be, and what our energy boost, what our overflow offers would be. So
here though, and when we were putting in the programs, we had not written them, delivered them, or done anything. It was basically, this is what we want to sell. These are our group programs. These are our top flight offers. We might want to run a retreat. These are some of our bundle offers. This was in our minds. What do we want to create?
Yeah, we didn't know what they were going to be yet. We didn't know what they were going to be about. We didn't know anything about these offers just yet. We just knew that we needed them because we needed those income goals and we needed to meet our clients where they were as well. So we started to play with the different types of offers that we could have. We started to play with what kind of capacity would we have for each of those offers, and what kind of price point would we be looking at selling that for? And then we did the maths and started to add things up. Alongside that, we also mapped out our months. So we had the months running alongside at the top of the page, and we started to map out when would we be having each of these offers available. Would it be all year round? Would it be at certain times of year? And also, when were we going to be launching them as well? Where were we going to have those periods where we were going to need perhaps a bit more energy behind it, because this is when we were going to be launching. So we knew 12 months ahead what was happening. And when we created this spreadsheet, this engineer of our year, we were able to see that it was possible. And this is, and Ali's going to talk to you about the energetics of this, but from a strategic point of view, we needed to We needed to see how it could happen. Even if it didn't happen that exact way that we planned, we needed to know that it could happen. That was really important for us. And we'll take you back, to where we were at the beginning of this conversation, where we said, what is your income number and what are the offers that you currently have available for people to buy? We needed to bridge that gap between the two. We needed to know that we were on the right path for this.
This is so important. The energetics behind it is the belief that it can happen. That's energetics, is the belief. So this is a really, really important step on being able to create a business and becoming the person behind it. This is about becoming the CEO. This is so important, and often one of the biggest things that people fail to do when they're coming into business. They're coming into business and they think it's just going to magically happen, or they think they can wish it or manifest it into reality. You've got to do the other part, which is actually doing the work as well. You've got to take the steps and the action to become the CEO. And, I don't know how many times that I've seen or we've seen or can experience people coming in and saying, oh, but I'm going to focus on my social media. I'm going to focus on creating free content, and I need a logo, and I'm going to build my website, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to create some beautiful graphics. I'm going to go and create some beautiful reels. And I'm going to spend lots of time finding out what everybody else is doing by scrolling through social media. And I'm going to take another program to see what they're doing and seeing how they're doing it. Gathering this information. Do you remember we talked about at the beginning? Gathering information, but not actually doing the work. You've got to be the CEO in your business, and going from 0 to 6 figures. This is the biggest thing we had to be. We had to be the CEO of our business, and every CEO of any business, whether you're talking about Coca-Cola or Peloton or Tesla or whoever you're speaking to, they are going to have a plan, and they're going to know what is coming up in the year. This is your plan. This is what's happening. This is when the holidays are. This is what I'm launching. This is when I'm going to prepare for it to happen. This is when I'm going to write what it is I'm going to deliver. This is how it's all mapped out. This is the strategic plan. And then your mind can get behind it because it can see what can happen, or it'll look at it and go, oh my God, that looks like too much. Okay, so what do you need to pull back on? What space do you need to create in order to make it happen? But sometimes so many people are so busy in their business, they're not working on their business, on the future of their business, just wishing and willing and hoping it to happen. Em and I came into this as, how are we fucking going to make it happen? We said that this wasn't going to be for the faint-hearted or the light-hearted. If you want to make a 6-figure brand or more, you've got to come in with that kind of attitude and that kind of plan.
Yeah. And the thing is, like, if you're thinking, oh, but I love to flow within my work, like I love that free flowing creative energy, like we do too. But it's only in having the plan that you're able to do the free flowing inside of that plan. So we felt so held knowing that we had done this strategic work, that when we show up on a day-to-day basis, we don't have to think about it. Like, what's next? What am I doing this month? What is our focus? Where is the money coming from? Where are the next clients coming from? All of that got to disappear. And that's when we get to be truly creative and flowing, because we're not worrying about all of that stuff.
How you create the freedom, because you create the space to be free in. And this is when you can let your mind be free, because you know it's going to happen. I know I've got time to write Freedom Coach because we planned it in. I don't have to do it all in January. I don't have to do it all now. We're mapping out the time. We knew at the beginning of the year that Freedom Coach was coming at the beginning of June, and we wrote it and we planned out time to write it in May. Yeah. It's like everything else that we've built and everything else we've got coming up.
Yeah. Because if you're thinking, like, when Ali was listing off all those programs, we didn't create them all at once. We didn't create them all in the same month. Like, this has been a plan. This has been a work in progress of the last 12 months. And there's a famous saying, isn't there, that sometimes we overestimate what we can get done in a month, but we totally underestimate what we can do in a year. And this 6 figures in 6 months and multiple 6 figures in a year, this was about us coming into this very intentionally. Like, we didn't hope that we were going to hit those goals. We knew that we would, because we had planned out the work and how we were going to do it in a way that could feel really effortless and fun and work around our lives as well. So I guess the question we've got for you is, are you going to do this work? Are you going to do the integration piece and take these models and put yourself on that 6-figure path, because there will be many that won't, and it will just be something that is information.
It'll be just a masterclass that you took one day on a Wednesday afternoon. Are you going to take your grid, your noughts and crosses grid, the well-balanced business matrix? Are you going to take those programs and services that you've put in there, and are you going to put them in a plan? You don't have to know the name of that program. It could be, I want to write a program on stress, or I want to write a program on sugar, or I want to write a program on feminine leadership. You just need to have a concept in there, and then you start to plot it.
Yep.
Yes, exactly that. You planned it without being built. With an idea, it would be built. Yes. We were building a 6-figure.
We were building as we went. That is the definition of an entrepreneur, isn't it? Like, you build, you jump off the edge and you build the plane on the way down. We built the plane on the way down, and the plane took off.
Victoria says, I'm so up for it. I need a plan. You need a plan. If you want to be the CEO of your business, Victoria, you need a plan.
You need a plan.
This is it. This is, you reverse engineer it. So question, are you going to do it? Are you going to integrate what you're learning today? We've given you the first 2 pieces of the puzzle here. Are you going to do it? And as Em said, those of you that will do this are on the path to the 6 figures. If you don't do it, you're leaving it up a little bit to chance. And I don't believe that 6 figures happens by chance.
No. All right. The third part then of the free acronym is...
Sorry. I'm just going to come in with a question, Em. So do you mind if I pause you for a sec before we move on?
I do. I'm just conscious that we do have a time limit on today, and I want to make sure that we get everything that we came for in terms of the content. So just to be really mindful of that.
Ladies, we're going to keep going because we know that we have a hard stop to get Darcy's pickup. So
yeah, sorry, we can come back and answer some questions afterwards, but it's really important that we get through the content because I know that's what you've come here for. So do keep the questions coming in the comments, even if we can't come to them just this moment. But the third part is embrace your mastery in your services. So this is the E in the free. Ali, I think you were going to kick this one off.
Sorry, I was watching comments. I'm just getting one from Larati that says, I'm 5 months into creating my business structure with Ali and Em, and I'm blown away with what opportunities I've created for my business.
Thank you.
Thank you. We're so blown away. And actually, Larati is an absolute testament because she's been doing all of this work. She's been doing the work. Right, so embracing your mastery in your services. So there's one thing that people can often come to us right at the very start. If you're just starting out, or even if you've gone up a level in your business and you've already feel like you're mastering, there's always going to be these elements of self-doubt, the imposter syndrome. When you come into business and you start comparing yourself, you might even be doing it now. You might be comparing yourselves to where you are with where we are. Yeah. You're not comparing apples with pears, and with that whole quote around comparison is a thief of all joy. It's going to suck all of your passion, all of your energy, all of your excitement, all of it out of you. When it comes to the imposter syndrome, when you're thinking, I'm not good enough, I don't know enough, it's that little gremlin in your mind telling you that. And what I would really love for you to say, for you to really, really know, is that almost even just see yourself 6 months ago. You know more now than you did 6 months ago. You know more now than you did a year ago. I know so much more than I did when I first started working with Em. And there are going to be people who want to know from you where you are now because they are where you once were.
Yeah.
So you are always going to know more than someone. And that someone needs you. And they need you as you, to come in and teach them and talk to and learn from. So when that imposter comes in, you're not trying to teach us. You're not trying to teach or work with people who are above you in their knowledge and skills. You're trying to be the person who can help the people who are coming up, who are following you, who want to learn from you. Does that help?
Yeah. So one of the things that we did when we talk about embracing our mastery of where we are now and just knowing what is it that we're able to bring into our business and be able to commercialize right now. And we actually created the mastery matrix. So another amazing matrix. Love a good matrix. Ali, do you have a copy of that there that we could just refer to? I'd love to be able to show the ladies this. Just so that you can imagine it. So you don't have to do any more noughts and crosses.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, so here it is. This is our mastery matrix. And if you, hopefully you'll be able to see the small print on this, but I'll read it out to you as well. So we've got the two lines intersecting here. And on the y-axis, so the one running top to bottom, if I've got that correct, this is the line which says, I love talking about, I love coaching, at the top there. And at the bottom, it says, I don't really enjoy talking about, and I don't really enjoy coaching. Okay, so this is where you get to decide where your passion is. Like, what is it that you're really passionate about? Okay. And then on the x-axis, running from left to right, we've got here on the right-hand side, what I have mastered. And on the left-hand side, it says what I am still learning about. Okay. And this is really important for integrity, I believe, in business, is that we teach others what we have already mastered to a level ourselves. We don't want to be teaching the things that we're still learning ourselves. And I have seen, you know, a lot of this over the years in these sort of like pyramid type coaching, where people come into programs and then they repackage it and sell it on as their own without actually fully understanding or embodying that within their own work. And so this is where we get to really hold strong integrity around the work that we do by saying to ourselves, okay, what is it that I'm really passionate about? And do I feel that I lead myself in very well, or have led myself in very well in the past? And I've created some transformation and some results for myself. And this is where this is the top right-hand quadrant that says, I embody this and therefore I coach. Okay, so the things that you love, that you are leading yourself in very well, that's where you can start. So if you're not sure where to focus your programs and services, start there. Start on the things that you love, that you lead yourself in very well. On the top left quadrant, you'll see we've got a piece here that says, I grow in this and therefore I learn. Okay, so this might be where you've got huge passion. Maybe there's something that you're really into at the moment and you're reading a lot. Maybe you're taking courses or you're studying, but you're still in that learning phase yourself. And therefore, this is probably not something that you necessarily want to start coaching in right at this moment in time. This could be something that eventually moves into that top right quadrant, because there may be a point in time where you do feel confident enough to teach it, but you're not quite there yet. In the bottom right-hand corner, it says, I partner in this and therefore I collaborate. So there may be areas of your work that you have led yourself very well in, you've mastered in the past, but at the moment, you don't really feel lit up by it. It's boring you. You just feel like you're at a different place in your life, that you don't really want that to be a part of your coaching anymore. And this can happen. And so one of the suggestions that we have for you here is that you could find somebody else that does still have a passion for that thing to work with you in your business. So you can still monetize that particular area of your business, but it doesn't have to be you. Doesn't have to be you doing the delivery. And then in the bottom left-hand corner, it says, I park this and I let it go. So if you are not enjoying it, you don't have any passion for it anymore, and actually it's probably something that you don't feel is your area of strength, just let it go. Let it go. So this is what we use to decide on the topics that we brought into our business plan. So we'd already decided the types of service they were going to be, but this was where we said, okay, we know that we want to teach on this topic and this topic and this topic. This is where we got to really embrace our mastery as coaches. We can probably stop sharing now. Thanks, Ali.
My pleasure. For those of you who are new to this model, this is groundbreaking. And for those of you who've got imposter syndrome, or those of you who are comparing, this is where you go to. You fill out this matrix or this model, whatever you want to call it, these quadrants. Go in and just sit with a lovely cup of tea and write down everything that you feel that you embody, that you feel that you love to coach on, you love to mentor in, that you love to share. fill that piece out. Have a think about where the areas in which you need to grow and where you want to learn, and pop those in. And anything else, they go in the bottom 2 quadrants. But this is how you can then feed into that well-balanced business matrix at the top. I want to write a program on this.
Yeah, maybe you love women's hormonal health. Maybe that's your thing. Great.
Maybe confidence. If you want to do a program on confidence because you feel that you've mastered confidence, do that.
Maybe you're a master of communication and leadership. Yeah.
Go and write them in your, and then it's all about moving the different models. And also all of these models are so incredibly flexible. One of the biggest things that we said that we needed to be was flexible. This model is also flexible. So there could be pieces that you park or pieces that you collaborate in that you actually now you've fallen back in love with. You move it.
Yeah, they're not fixed. They're not fixed. This is just a snapshot of where you are right now. Okay. And the final part of this jigsaw puzzle today then is the final E in the free acronym is energetically matching our goal. And I'm going to hand over to Ali to talk you through this, because this is her magic, is energetics.
We've given you a lot of concepts. We've given you models. We've asked you to go and create a plan and fill in certain squares. We've given you a goal. You wrote that goal down right at the beginning on that piece of paper. And now I want you to go back and look at that piece of paper. And I want you to hold that thought in your mind and energetically get behind it. And you detach the plan, and you detach the timeline. You detach everything that you've associated with that number. And you just show up in the energy of having that already. That's exactly what we did when we wrote all of this. We sorted out our egos and our minds. We built the plans, we built the concepts, and then we said, right, okay, that's going to take us to 100K. Let's let go of the plan. Let's let go of the time. Let's go do the work. But we're showing up as the people who are creating a 6-figure brand, a multiple 6-figure brand, a 7-figure brand. We make decisions from that place in the future where we are now. And if you always make decisions from where you are now, if we'd made decisions from the point of having nothing, if we made the decisions from having 0 programs, 0 money in the bank, 0 clients, 0 followers, we would have ended up with 0. But we said, we are building to this. And we are coming in with the mindset of a 6-figure brand owner, a 7-figure brand owner, and we're embodying that now. We make decisions from that place right now. Because what we do when we put the timelining in against that number, we almost give ourselves time and space. We give our ego that space to say, well, do you know what? I've given you enough time to create it. And then you extend it because you're in fear of shame. You're in fear of disappointment of not happening. So you give yourself time and more time and more time so that your ego is protecting you from that shame and disappointment if it doesn't happen in that time frame. So you have to free yourself from the timeline. You have to free yourself from how it's going to happen, because if you're so hell-bent on it happening that way, you'll end up being disappointed because it never happens in the way that you think it's going to happen. So your ego needs to be appeased by the fact that you have a plan and it could happen, and then you rip up the plan and you go for it. You create with the passion and the love that you want to create, and you do it in that way. You base your decisions on where you're going, not where you are right now. Otherwise, you'll just stay where you are. In Freedom Coach, I'm going to dive so much into the energetics, because this is such a key part of how we got to where we were. And not only did we decide that we wanted to go for the 6-figure brands in that first year in business, we actually did it in 6. And that is because we let go of the timeline associated with that number. We let go of the plan of how it was going to happen. We just went with the energy of it.
When you say rip up the plan, I think it's important just to clarify, we still had the plans, we still have the plans and we still do the strategic planning, but we weren't attached to it having to happen in that particular way.
So you play with the numbers and you play with the plan, but you don't make it about the numbers and you don't make it about the plan. You free your energy. There's a very big difference. In that. We're going to dive much, much deeper into the energetics. I can't do it justice in a couple of minutes as we talk about this one, but what I want you to take away from here is that you come in with the energy of what you want to create as if you had it now. I think there's a huge piece around the attitude in energetics, and I think that's one of the things that we wanted to do. If we can leave you with one thing, it's the attitude when it comes to the energetics piece. We came in with an attitude of, we're going to play to win. We're not going to play to lose. We're not going to be going, what if it doesn't work? What if the plan doesn't work? What if this doesn't work? We came in with, this is going to work no matter what. We are all in. We didn't have a plan B. We had no other option. We closed our previous businesses. We were coming in to make this happen and make it work. We had no excuses, none of them. We made it work. When things went wrong, we came with an attitude of curiosity. If this is happening to us, then it's happening for us. So what's the lesson? How many times we've had to say that? So many times. Oh my God, we had the plan. The universe said, not this way. And we were like, okay, why not that way? What's going on here? What do we need to take from this? We embraced every single failure, and we failed and we failed and we failed and we failed faster and we failed forward, and we kept going. We learned the lessons and we moved on. We didn't come into this to play safe. We came in to win.
Yeah, we didn't try and avoid the failure. We actually said, okay, if we're going to fail, we are going to fail. Let's fail fast. Let's get up quicker.
We just embrace that failure. If you've not read the book by John C. Maxwell, Fail Fast, Fail Forward, read it. It's an incredibly empowering book. We had to trust. We had to trust in something bigger. When I talk about trusting in the universe, whatever you believe in, God, whatever faith, whatever bigger picture, we had to trust that it was showing us the path. It knew what we wanted, and it was saying, not that way, go this way. We had to trust in each other. Not many people are duo coaches. You just have to trust in yourself. I trusted in me and trusted in herself to do the work and what she was showing up as. And we had to trust each other to show up in the energy to do the work. We had to trust and know that we were going to do what we said we were going to do. And we also had to fucking know our value. You cannot come into creating a 6-figure brand hoping that people are going to buy from you. You have to come in the knowledge that we know that we're fucking good at what we're doing. And if we know we're fucking good at what we're doing, then people are going to buy from you, they're going to work with you, and they're going to follow you. Nobody wants to follow a guide who's unsure of the path, because you're going to fall off a cliff. You want to follow the guide that knows where they're going, how they're going to get there, and what they're going to do. And that's the same in whatever you coach or teach in, whether it be with health. Who wants to come in and work with a coach who's not quite sure if that's going to work? Your health is far too risky to play with.
Yeah, own it.
So you're going to have to own it. There are a few lessons that we learned along the way. Do you want to share the lessons?
Yeah, so I think when it comes to lessons, like all of the hard times that we've experienced, and there have been many of them, we're not going to say this is all smooth sailing, but all of the lessons we learned from, and they made us so much better. I think one of the other things that is like a key lesson for us is that we very much made our business about the movement, and then the money came. It was always about our movement and our mission and our dedication to that. And the money follows because of our dedication to what we were doing and who we were helping. Hard lessons. We made some not bad investments, but we made some investments that didn't pay off. And this was a big lesson for us, because if we could give you any hindsight from that, it would be, invest wisely in the gaps that you have in your skills that are going to support the direction that you're heading for, and avoid all of the distractions. There is so much stuff that you can buy into, so much noise online. Focus on where you're going and invest in that. Invest in yourself, in your path. Celebrate every little win. This is so, so important, because there are going to be hard lessons along the way. And this is why the celebrations are even more important, because they anchor in the gratitude. And when you're in gratitude, you're magnifying your results. Okay. Gratitude is helping the manifestation process. So you have to celebrate every single win. And I think the final message, if I can leave this with you today, is that time is not the driving force of your success. Okay. This is not about you needing 5 years, 10 years, or whatever to reach this level of success. It's not about the time. Okay. This is about your focus, your energy, and your intention. Ali and I have had the exact same time that everybody on this call has had in the last 12 months, but it's what we decided to do with it. That's what makes the difference. So ladies, we'd love to share some more information on Freedom Coach. If you've loved what you've heard here today and you are interested in finding out more about how you can work with us to integrate these lessons and concepts, then we've got Freedom Coach coming up on the 7th of June. It starts. And this is going to be 4 individual workshops. And each of the workshops is going to take you through each of the free acronym strategies that we've talked to you about today. So financially mapping, we're going to give you the matrix. We're going to show you how to use it. Going to teach you all the different ways in which you can get paid and create that map for yourself. We're also going to show you in an individual session how to reverse engineer your goal. So we're going to give you our template so that you can plot that year for yourself and create your best financial year yet, so that you can get your head behind how it's going to happen. We're also going to help you to embrace your mastery, show you how you can use the mastery matrix, and once you've actually decided what your areas of mastery are, we're actually going to go into the detail of showing you how to create your programs from scratch, how you design them, how you brand them, how you create the messaging around it. So you basically have a ready to go program that you can put on your shelf, so to speak. Okay. So if you're thinking, I don't know how you've created all of those programs so quickly, this is where we're going to show you how, how we've created them so quickly.
Very simply.
Yeah, very simply. And then finally, we're going to show you how to energetically align with your goal. Ali is going to be, she's going to be that angel on your shoulder to help you to become that level of yourself that you desire to be, that's going to take you to the income goal that you desire. So you're going to get all the models, all the tools, all the templates, and you're going to get our support. So this is a 7-day and it's really a planning process more than a program. That's how I like to think of it. It's 10 days when you are going to work with us to get the CEO work done. The first session is on the 7th of June. I'm not even going to give you the other dates and times because it doesn't matter. You can join them live or you can watch them on replay. It's going to be as powerful whenever you watch it. So it doesn't matter if you're away, because you will have lifetime access to this work. So even if you can't make the live sessions, you will still get everything that you came for. You will also, sorry, Ali.
I was just going to say, in terms of the live programs and what you're saying, you're going to get the strategies, everything that we've just shared with you in terms of those models and those plans. You're going to have the time to implement them, to write it out, to bring it in. And throughout that whole time, the energetics piece is going to be weaving in and out, because I'm going to be there to help and support you inside each of those modules. Anyone who's had an excuse, anyone who's had a worry, anyone who's had a fear, anyone who's had a doubt, we've had it. We've probably had it ourselves. We've had clients who've had it, and we will be able to come in and support you energetically as well as practically inside of this program. So what you're going to do at the end of that, when you've taken all of those 4, you're going to have your plan, your beautiful matrices of the well-balanced business plan. You're going to have it all mapped out, and you'll know exactly what you're going to be doing. So you're going to walk away with this confidence, knowing that it's achievable, that belief. So you can show up now as if you already have it, because it's in the making. You are building. It's a real focused program. It's a real intense program, but this is the opportunity for you to create and step into becoming the CEO, because it's the energy as a CEO that's going to make you a CEO of a 6-figure brand.
Mm-hmm. There'll also be an opportunity to actually speak to us live in an integration call. So you'll be having the 4 workshops with us like you have today, but there'll also be an opportunity for you to come into the room with us and be coached. So you can ask us your questions, you can speak to us about your business and how this applies, and we'll actually work with you in real time to do that. So ladies, the investment for this program, okay? This, when we launch this outside of this group of where you are today into the public, which we will be doing in the next 24 hours, the investment is going to be £777 for this program. But we do have an offer for the ladies that are inside of this group as a thank you for being here today and for sticking with us through all of what we've shared with you today. And that offer is for you to join the program at £555. So you can get £222 off this program for the next 24 hours. So if you know that this is what you need to do for your next level, Ali's going to drop a link into the group.
Done. The link's in.
The link's in. She's already on the case. Thank you very much. And there is a coupon there for you for the next 24 hours to get this program for £555 before it goes up to 777.
It's all in, it's all there. If you're ready to dive in, the coupon is Freedom555, all capitals. You can just jump on in and we'll take you over the course of the next 2 weeks to integrate all of that into your business. If you're more like me, and if you want it to be all about you and you don't want to come into a group program and you want to make it all about you, we also have private coaching. So if this is something that you're interested in, we have 2 spaces for private coaching. I know Ems just has to jump off. She's going to go and pick up baby Darcy. So I know you'll give her loads of thanks, but I'm just going to share with you about private coaching. So in private coaching, this is top flight. You get everything. This is in our top quadrant. This is where you get every single program. So not only will you get Freedom Coach as in the lifetime access to it, but you will get any other program that we feel will support you where you are in your business. Curator and the Curator, any of the programs that I've said, Socially Savvy, you can get Fully Booked, you can get Womanly Leader, Wealth Magnet, Limitless Principles, you get everything. It's an all-in program, but what we do is that we sit with you and integrate all of this into your life and into your business at your pace, in your season of your life. It's our eyes on your business and on your life, supporting you, guiding you, and taking you through to wherever that number you put on your post-it note or on your piece of paper, we're there for you. So our private coaching, we've got 2 spaces at the moment. We've got 1 left at the current level of investment, which is £2,555 per calendar month. That's 2 coaches. You get to speak to one of us every single week. You get duo coaching calls, you get access to our mastermind as well. And then the second, once that spot's gone, it's going to be £3,333 per calendar month. So if you want that, if you want it to be all about you and you want to go really, really quickly and really, really fast, then you can jump in and ask us for one of those. Otherwise, Freedom Coach is all yours, and it's from the 7th. I know that there are some people who've just asked some questions up here. So let me just answer those.
Ladies, I'm just going to sign off because I'm just preparing the bottle for my baby girl to have in the car on the way home.
Hey.
Hashtag mum life. This is how we roll. But I've loved being with you today. Thank you so much for joining us. It's been amazing. I could talk about this for hours, but I do have to jump off because I'm very late for picking up my daughter. But sending you all tons of love. Cannot wait to see who's joining us for Freedom Coach. Going to be celebrating you all over the coming hours. All right, lots of love.
Questions. Bye, lovely.
Bye.
I'm just scrolling back up. So I'm loving the energetics, says Claire. This gives me freedom to think. Yes, yeah, just free yourself. Energetics is all about that feeling of freedom. When we start to limit ourselves, you can't think. When you put pressure on yourself, you can't think. So let's move that. Free your mind and the rest will follow. Thank you, Dorati. Exactly that. This is mine and there's no doubt, and now map it out and let it go. Yes, exactly. So it's almost like planet wing it, get in that energy. Claire says, is it possible to still keep the day job while you're working on a new plan? Yes, absolutely. So I know for a fact that when she first started her program, when she started her first business, she was also still working as a director in her marketing company. And on the side, she was running her coaching business alongside it. So she was planning it and then she was actually doing it to the point where she loved her business so much that she then turned down her directorship in her marketing company to actually do the coaching full time. So it's possible. There are so many women that we have worked with that we know that run full-time jobs alongside starting a business. And actually, I always like to think, build it before you need it. So I know that beginning of this year, I said to my dad's getting a little bit older and it's highly likely in the next couple of years that I might have to drop and run and go and either be with my dad or sort whatever else happens out. And I want us to be in a space where I don't feel guilty that I'm leaving you, or that we've still got that passive and recurring income coming in, even if I'm not actually in the business for any given period of time. We were building it before we needed it. And one of those calls happened this week when I needed to have the opportunity to drop and run. And we built it with that in mind. So start building it now before you need it, so that when you do need it, it's already created. So you can start definitely alongside. And I think the tools that we're going to be giving you through Freedom Coach are going to make it so simple for you to see how that can actually happen. It's getting your plan in place. Oh yeah, Kimberly says that's what she's been doing as well. So she's been running it alongside. Vivian says, I work 3 days in a day job and 2 days growing my empire. Yes, that's right. And also Claire, Em and I only work 3 days a week, 3.5 days a week. And also, as you've seen, Em has to leave at 3:30 and we don't sign on until 10:30. So we have short days, 3.5 days a week. So it's part-time, creating full-time income. So I hope you've really enjoyed that. I think that was all of the questions. It's an absolute pleasure, Sue. Pleasure, Claire. Well done, Victoria. So off you go. I would love for you to go away and integrate. This group is going to be open until Freedom Coach starts on the 7th. So if you want to come in and jump in and show us what you're working on, we would love to see that. Show us your plans, show us your integrations, show us your matrices, share with us how you're integrating this. We can keep you accountable for the next 7 days. And we're going to love seeing who drops into Freedom Coach. We will see you there.